I made this piece for many reasons. Number one, I wanted to pay tribute to Frida Kahlo as one of the most influential Mexican artists ever and worldwide for her courage, endurance, feminism, her way of thinking, and her creative process. Another reason that I wanted to do this painting for her is that last year in 2019, I was part of the organization of Frida Fest in Buren. This was our first time, and I wanted to have an art piece for the art exhibit. I also have two artists, Jennifer Bennett and Emily McLaughlin, and we have a really nice collaboration. We do have a live performance, which is called Dos Fridas. So that piece has been exhibited in some of our performance as well. And last reason, I just wanted to feel her energy through my paintbrush. I've been wanting to do that for quite some time. So this is definitely a special piece.
Hello, all. I hope everyone is well. I hope everyone has had the opportunity to stand out in the sun today or another day or a day coming soon. This piece is a very vibrant piece, and it's whatever you would like it to be, whatever you need it to be for you. Um, whatever freedom may look like for you. Maybe it's the simplicity of freedom and what that may look like and what that may feel like. Um, Maybe it's not as far away as people may think. Maybe some of us have taken it for granted. Maybe some of us have feel or have felt like they've lost it and have found it again. Um, so it's whatever it is for you. Thank you for sharing in this piece with me. This piece isn't mine, it's yours.
Duane Georges has lived a creative life for about 40 years. He's a self realized artist who works in dimensional motifs and enjoys using many mediums such as metal, copper, wood, paint, and wire mesh, just to name a few. His resume is very different from more studied creative types. However, his work is viewed by a lot of people. Born in the beautiful city of Savannah, he moved from Atlanta to Seattle 4 years ago to be with his daughter. He currently resides in South Park and is working on new projects.
Hi. So, Lo-Fi Chill World is a watercolor painting that is really meant to depict the feelings that I have when I listen to lo-fi chill music or lo-fi chill hop. And it just talks about the feelings of being isolated with a ridiculously large imagination and a jungle of houseplants, looking out, being relaxed. I painted this last year, uh, long before our pandemic ever was even a thought. And it was just something I did to put down on the page what I felt when I was listening to that music, which I often do to recenter or reorganize when I'm feeling flustered. I hope you like it as much as I do.
So this picture is of it was actually taken in Sabana Iglesia, which is where my mother was raised in the Dominican Republic. And I hadn't visited the Dominican. I had never been to the Dominican Republic till this year in my life. I was 20 something years old, and my father brought me out there. We were actually walking back from a cockfight when we came across this woman. It was a candid, one of the many candid photos that I took while I was on that trip. And this lady, this older woman, was standing outside of her home with her hands positioned the way they are in the photo and looking across. And I just remember seeing how much wisdom was emitting from her, that grandma wisdom, and really being intrigued by the way that she was standing and her posture and the calmness in her being. And the way that she had her hands positioned really spoke out to me. So I captured a photo. Abuelita, la mirada de una abuelita, the title translates to the look of a grandmother, or the glance or the stare of a grandmother.
This is a piece inspired by all the science fiction and fantasy and horror that I used to read as a kid. It is my take on kind of a parade armor, like a decorative armor, something that you'd see on the cover of an old, like, pulp comic book. This is made of aluminum, which I polished. It's all hand cut and hand wrought. There's a lot of annealing and cold working. At this time, the helmet is not complete, so I'm not including that in the piece. But the armor fits me easily. I'm 5'10". It's reasonably comfortable to wear around, and I hope you like it. Thank you.
Blue is the color of wisdom and confidence. A gorgeous tropical ocean, a sky that sparks pleasant joy, and an unexpected bird chirping, "Good morning." Gray is the color of peace and balance. A grounding rock, a goes with anything paint color for your trim, an elephant leading its young. This salt cellar brings a pop of color to your kitchen table, and a reminder of all the good things to get you through the day. Plus, it's just pretty.
This piece is a diptych titled Home. Sometimes falling feels just like flying until you hit the ground. It's composed of 2 different panels, each panel 3 different canvases. Each canvas has a layer of spray paint and then multiple layers of oil paint laid on top of it to build up the images. It was completed about 2006, and the subject matter to the paintings were some friends of mine who introduced me to the neighborhood of South Park, so I felt it was a very appropriate image for this auction.
Lisa attended the Academy of Art in San Francisco and graduated from San Jose State with a Bachelor's of Fine Art in Illustration in 1991. Lisa has worked professionally as a mural and portrait artist for 29 years. She loves painting pets and people with their pets, saying she is drawn to the tenderness and the warm connection.
I love all 3 of my stained glass submissions, but this Southwest-themed piece is definitely among my favorites. I enjoy designing and constructing pieces that combine a variety of clear textures and then grab the viewer's attention with a flash of color. The result is a piece that is both contemporary but also stands the test of time. This prairie-style design includes clean lines, sharp angles, and then a spectrum of colors representing unity, harmony, and joy. With every glance, you'll notice something unique and love it more than the day before. I appreciate your support, and cheers to this landing in a new home.
My second of 3 pieces is called Full of the Joys of Spring. It conveys a promise around this time of year. I have enjoyed watching nature alive and active, bursting forth with blossoms and new growth, and have appreciated this reassurance that life does go on. Letterpress printed in 4 colors with hand-set metal and wood type, ornamental type, 2 linoleum cuts, and polymer plate. It is signed and numbered in a limited edition of 16.
This is a small companion piece for his last solo show, Obscure Domain, that he made for himself and is now offering up here. The concept of the show was, in brief, about places in architecture, real and fictional, that take on significance and meaning over time, and how that meaning can evolve and change into something so different from what it originally was. For instance, the Library of Alexandria, which was originally a symbol of the heights of knowledge and learning, and, whether it burned or simply declined, has now become a symbol of destruction and human ignorance. In this little piece, he used text and maps related to those he used in other pieces, but gave the steel a deep red patina, not used on any of the pieces in that one show. He says it's one of his favorites, but in thanks to the aid he received from SPArts, he's making it available to someone who may enjoy it and give it a good home. Sean has been working on live edge furniture with his father Hans for over 25 years. He's been in a collective of artists formerly called the Northwest School, referring to artists that came out of Fishtown. I painted this piece in 2016 as a direct response to a Dolce & Gabbana ad that was just straight up glorifying street harassment. I moved through this world as a woman, and what that ad portrayed was not only a nightmare, but a literal daily hazard of navigating this world for both myself and for billions of others. But I'm an artist, and sometimes that means holding a mirror up to the world so people can see things as they truly are, and other times that means flights of fancy, painting the world I want to see. And I really, really would like to see a world just filled with unbothered women.